Good to see you viewers again. In this video, it's going to be quick, short, simple. As you can see in the background, I'm listening to music. I decided to make a quick video just for content purposes and actually statistics. Just trying to be consistent. Now, in this video, like the title says, basically it's about making computers quicker using the actual hardware that you already have without any hardware upgrades. You're gonna make the computer quicker, and let me tell you why. So if you have a computer, for example, I'm using my laptop, as you can see, and you have it for quite a long time and you actually use it for a lot of activities, maybe just the browser, but using the browser on a consistent daily basis, just being over and used the browser, that's going to take a lot of resources that you may not even notice. And that's the thing. Now in this video, I'm going to show you simple tricks without downloading any other software, any third-party applications, that you can actually make your computer faster and be a little bit more satisfied. Now if I go to my resources here, I click on the taskbar right here, I'll go to task manager, and I go to performance right there. You will see that I actually have a little bit good performance on that computer. I'm using 44% of my CPU. It's good threading and everything. And memory, on the other hand, I'm using quite a bit, 64%. Now, the thing is that I actually have a little bit running. It's not even a lot. That computer was generally used for me making videos and typing documents and so on my freelancing. So if you also want a WordPress website, I am full stack developer, but I generally focus on WordPress because of my time limits and span. I don't really want to go into full coding. I don't really have much time for it anymore. But graphics, SEO, web traffic, especially WordPress websites, that's my stuff. Automated blogs, so on, e-commerce. Now, enough with the ads. Now, nothing here will be sponsored. Nothing here requires any third-party applications, as mentioned. Now, to get to it, I can clearly see here that I'm running applications. The first thing I would do, which is not mandatory, I'm looking at my memory, my CPU, and so on. I can't really change my CPU usage, but I can also adjust my memory. So I go to processes right here. I'm using Windows 10, and it will be the same thing for Windows, on any Windows anyways. So for task manager, you can hold the CTRL. While holding CTRL, press ALT, then tab, or is it CTRL shift tab? Sorry, CTRL shift escape. Yeah, so hold CTRL, control, hold shift, then press escape. That's generally it, the three combination. So if I look at my memory right here and I click on it with the arrow facing down, I can see what's taking quite a bit amount of memory. And what I can see here, I'm taking a lot of memory from the screen recording here, WhatsApp, and especially Chrome. We've set 18 tabs open, 18 processes actually running. So without tabs, processes. And I can clearly see that the CPU usage, the main CPU usage is from Filmora. I have no problem with that. That's another good way of knowing what actually taking all your network if you're actually laggy. For example, I use that computer now for TikTok Live, so I don't have to use my phone, and I can just run minor games off it. To get straight into action, the first thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to run by holding the Windows button and then press R. There you can clearly see there's something here ready. That's where you can run different applications. And I'm going to run temp by typing in modulus, TEMP, modulus. And no spaces in between. Then I can press enter or just press OK. Here you can clearly see there's a bunch of files, and the thing about here is that these files are usually not in use. Whatever that's actually in use, and this is important, it will not be able to be deleted because of its being permanent, or it will actually always be in use, so it can't be deleted. So I'm going to click on one file. I go select all and delete. I'm going to hold shift, then press delete. So it can be deleted permanently. Press yes. And now I'm going to press this checkbox here because many files will ask for that same prompt. So I'm going to press this checkbox here, then press keep. Those are the files, and different file types will prompt the same thing. So those are the files that cannot be deleted because they're in use. For example, right here, I'm probably using that, and it's obvious. So yeah. Now, that's how I can get some space right here. Another thing, you run the disk check, and you can also run the disk cleaner. So on the start menu, I'm gonna type disk cleanup, and there you can clearly see that there's a bunch of files and stuff that you're gonna actually get rid of. So first off, you'll clearly see the recycle bin is not at the top though. My recycle bin is always empty because whenever I delete something, I know I'm deleting it for sure. I don't have use for it. Now I don't have much things there besides something taking and 3 megabytes. So I'm actually gonna get some more space from here. So I can delete those stuff. I actually prompt to give me a little bit more memory in the other hand. Now I'm not gonna delete anything right here right now. Don't have used to, it's not too much. It's my personal preference. Now on the start menu, I can run task manager or just click on the taskbar, then click task manager. Here you can see startup. Or what you can also do is hold the Windows logo and press R and type in MSCONFIG as one word, then press enter or OK. So msconfig will show you the same things as there. So I will use msconfig system configuration instead of task manager. And here you can see the different startups. Now, based on your different processes on a daily basis and based on your actual hardware that you have available on your computer, therefore you're going to work with it like that. So for here, I'm going to have a selective startup where we're going to load startup items and load system services. So system services is monetary. Obviously, I will want to load it. And startup items, when it's clicked, I go directly into here. So diagnosis startup will run system services that's only required for boot up, and it will not show everything looking normal and as appeared like here. You might have a black screen without a background, but you'll have some apps available and so on. A normal startup, as you can see, it loads all device drivers and services. I don't want a normal startup, it's selective. So here I can go to services, and then I can click here to hide all Microsoft services. Services takes a lot of RAM. So here you can see the services which are non-Microsoft or non-Windows. Then I'm going to click on status here to see which ones are running. And I can clearly see there's a few running, and a few of them, I believe all of those that are running when I go through them are actually important. And yeah, it's actually important based on the manufacturer. You can see it also. This one, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm just going to leave it because they don't really have much that aren't important. Now, that's another thing you can do, and it's important. You're going to go to startup, then open task manager. It will go to the startup section, startup tab. Now, so generally I thought I didn't need start menu here, task manager, but then again, so be it. Here on tools, you can see different tools you can use, and you just go through them simply to get some more performance out of your computer. Now, I can press cancel because I didn't make any changes, but if I did make a change, we'll press apply, then I'll press restart later. Because it will actually prompt you to restart the computer now or later. So here on startup, I'm going to click on status and click on it again until I see what's enabled. So enabled, they have only a few. Now, when you install applications like Chrome, Steam on the other hand, yes, they always have background processes that take quite a bit of bandwidth. uTorrent, it's good to have uTorrent start up automatically, especially if you have stuff doing. So you can just start your computer, and then it actually downloads for you. But on the other hand, I'm not downloading anything, and my internet is quite fast. So yes, I'm not going to have it start up automatically. So you can clearly see what's starting up and what you choose to start up. So startup items are items that will automatically run and automatically launch when the computer starts up for the first time. Not from waking up, but when it's shut down and just restarts. So startup there, everything is okay. One final thing for this video, we're going to type in appearance. So here I'm going to click on settings 0. You can see adjust the appearance and performance. It looks the same way on all computers. And another thing you can also do is type in this check. I was typing all the time DSK, CHK, and I was like, why isn't it working? Now, so it's CHK, DSK, C colon. I need to run this check. It will check for any fragment that's actually bad in your hard drive or your SSD. So I will let this run. And here in the performance, what I'm going to be doing, you have different options. If your computer is really slow and you have no choice for the moment, what you can do, you can have that option above. But when it's really slow for me, not this computer, but back then when it's really slow and I have like a really crappy computer, I will choose adjust for best performance. But since my computer is real okay, I can just obviously choose adjust for best appearance. Now when you adjust for best performance, everything here is antique. So animations, border radius like the smooth borders, shadows, 3D taskbar. Um, yeah, I said animations already, but if I click the Windows button, the way it will pop up like that, you will see like a transcend effect where it will actually just push up. All these animations be disappeared. And when you're moving around Windows, when you have this option enabled for best performance, you'll be able to move it, but you'll just not have a quick animation. And I think you'll be having like a gallery box, but I just don't want to do it. But it doesn't harm your computer. You can try it out if you need it. So I'm going to leave it as for base appearance. We actually have resources for that. In advanced here, you can see background services. We've been through that, so we don't need to actually work with that. But if you actually want to adjust the computer automatically for programs, then you'll click here, or for background services, you can click here. The paging, on the other hand, my paging is okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. But you always want a paging that just leave it as recommended unless required otherwise. Now, if your paging is really bad, so if your speed of your computer is really bad, you're just going to put a custom size for your paging based on what you currently have allocated. I have 8,379. Then, so you can see the space available. I'll just put my paging like probably like 2,000 based on my resources. So based on the recommended, I can put my paging a little bit higher. So I will leave it like that. I don't need it. And here I don't do anything here. I never do anything here. Then you press apply, and if it asks to restart later until this is done. Now I don't have to. I don't actually apply anything. No changes were made. Press cancel. The last thing is here you can see there's no errors. There's no errors. Now that's kind of way it. There's one more thing I can give as a bonus, but it's optional, and it's called defrag. So On the defrag here, as you saw what I did, I type in defrag on the start menu. You'll select your drive, your main drive, your Windows drive. You'll see the logo here, and then you can click on optimize, and that's generally it. It's going to optimize it, but the thing about it is that sometimes you might get your applications closed. So I see it shows optimize here. I'll press it again. Everything shows that it's okay here. Everything looks kind of way okay. Everything is okay. Another thing that you could do is, I don't know if it works for that computer, but it definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't. I'm actually here already. Usually you'll be able to analyze, but for some reason, since probably everything is okay, you're not able to analyze. Usually when you analyze, then you can do a defrag, or you can go with command prompt and do a defrag. Defragmentation is removing any old fragments in the disk and getting rid of them. But generally, that's it for this video. It's a little bit lengthy, but you actually got a lot out of it, hopefully. If you need any video done, please comment what you actually have any ideas for, and any website that you believe that may be a scam. I do this kind of spam investigations. Yeah, that's kind of my stuff there. I like it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.